So you just have to take some of what I say, take it by heart. A little bit more look like. Oh, now that look like it's good. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, you shouldn't have to move. Oh, hey, D baby, you're talking about my motherfucking man. I've been wanting, oh man. But what I want don't matter.
Wait, what you want to do better?
No, because damn, I'm stuttering like a dog. I'm kind of like for real, to where like I ain't gonna mess around there and tell you the white man's story.
Yeah.
You know, because no, history is his story.
Mm-hmm.
His story is his story.
Right.
He's telling it the way he wants. Like in the movies, you always see where they always have the white guy on top.
Mm-hmm.
Always the white guy is the savior, the best. Like in Superman, white man, fly. You know, Tarzan, white man, run through the jungle, talk to the animals and control niggas. One picklewood. And then they sent niggas to the store. I remember it was 2 cents, 2 pennies, 2 cents to go to a theater to where they showed all the black kids in the neighborhood. 2 pennies. You go in here and you take these 2 pennies. 2 pennies was a lot.
Yeah.
2 pennies. Can you imagine 2 pennies?
I can imagine that right now. 2 pennies. I go to the movies
Oh,
every hour.
yeah. Anyway, we go to and spend our 2 pennies, and what do we see? A white man swinging on a roof, hollering, oh, wow, 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 and hollering, the animals do what he say, and the niggas can't control him because he's stronger, white man. Superman can fly. The Lone Ranger had a white horse and an Indian for a companion. You ever see the Lone Ranger?
I feel like I've heard about it.
He had a white horse and an Indian for a companion, and he whooped everybody. And hi ho, Silver, he had a white horse, you understand, a black outfit. Oh, he was a shit where niggas was like praising a white man because he had a white horse.
Mm-hmm.
Tonto had a pinto and was an Indian, but he was the Lone Ranger's flunky. The second guy in Lone Ranger #1, Tonto #2, everybody else, Indians, was down on the totem pole. Indians couldn't hardly speak. Ooh, that's all they could say. And that's what we looking at. That's the way we were raised. Niggas couldn't even speak English. Now, you know that was a terrible thing. We looking at a movie, and the black people can't speak English. And they definitely couldn't speak, they couldn't speak their own language. Here's a saying that's true. The first president, George Washington, chopped down the cherry tree. You heard of George Washington chopped down the cherry tree?
I don't think I heard that.
You never heard of George Washington chopped down the cherry tree, the first president of the United States?
No.
He stopped all blacks. See, because when they got over in Africa getting slaves, see, they would go over there, and we were Africans. We never stuck together. There were so many different tribes, just like when they come to the United States, you had the Blackfoot, Cherokee, the Watchie and all of that. I ain't kidding, you had so many tribes, but they never stuck together. The whiteys come over on the Mayflower and the chips, and Thanksgiving, and the motherfucking Indians set out turkey and fed them and helped them out. But what happened was, them whiteys come over with germs that Indians had never seen before, the common cold. They brought a disease from over in Europe because what they sent over to the United States were their worst.
Mm.
They didn't send their royalty over here. They sent over people sick, gangsters, killers, and crooks. We ain't got nothing to lose. Put them on a boat, send them over there, see if they can find a new land that we can conquer.
Right.
Because they conquered everything that they want, everything they touched.
Mm.
China, a big-ass country, never stuck together. They get them as slaves, brought them over here and helped build the railroad. The Chinese helped build the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And all they gave them was some rice and a promise that this is the promised land.
Yeah.
That's how we got the railroads built for damn near for nothing. And we got New York for some beads. The state of New York.
Some beats?
Beads, just little colored beads. The
Like
Indians sold the New York state. That's a big state to where like the people on the boats coming from Europe would have a place to land.
Yeah.
So they gave them some beads, and the land was not cultivated. It was just Indians' land. They said, we ain't using it, give us some beads. Beads.
So it's like a barter?
Barter.
Okay,
Give us this here and some furs.
Mm.
Furs. See, because it was a wilderness, they hunted beaver and mink, fox, all kind of fabulous that and gold.
Yeah.
So anything after buying the land for some bees, everything in that state became Europe's property.
Mm-hmm.
Any valuables, like all the valuables when they went to Africa, all the value, the gold and all the products and stuff that you can get, precious metal and whatever, became whites. And they went to African because we couldn't stick together. We had a lot of different tribes over there in Africa that never stuck together. One tribe, an African tribe, went with the whiteys because the whiteys had gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Marco Polo come from. Marco Polo was traveling the world and discovered over in China gunpowder. See, because they was using gunpowder for entertainment, firecrackers and doing.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
they thought it was just something to celebrate, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whiteys saw it. Marco Polo. Marco Polo was his name that looked at it and said, when he saw them do a demonstration and blew up a pot with dynamite, he said, shit, that could be used as a weapon. I ain't kidding. Call it black powder.
Mm.
They fought over it. But he fucked around there, smart motherfucking dirty dogmatic peckerwood. TJ dogmatic. Dogmatic means you are you're the Africans, when they have tribal wars, they will always leave, when they have them surrounded, they will always leave a way out. In other words, if we got you surrounded, we ain't gonna just kill all y'all. We're gonna let y'all have an escape. We're gonna leave one area where you can just go and continue to live in.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna just kill all y'all. There's a way for y'all to get on about your business.
Mm.
We ain't finna kill all of y'all. That would, eliminate a whole tribe.
Yeah. And you don't want to, I guess in that time, you don't want to eliminate your competition in the sense of that?
No, that doesn't make sense. You understand? Dogmatic would kill. If you dogmatic, you will kill everything, even the dogs and the babies and the women.
Damn.
Women and children, that's dogmatic. That's whitey's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Even to this day, Donald Trump is a good example. Donald Trump is a dirty dog, but he's smart enough to be dogmatic. He's trying to take over everything.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's trying to put rules and all that stuff in place
He want
just
to
for
be
him to do that.
Yeah, he want to be president for the third time, and it's a rule in the Constitution. You can only be president twice.
Right.
He's trying to have it to where a president can be 3 presidents. That's against the Constitution of the United States. Those are rules that's been set down for years. He wants to change the rules of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Oh, see, the Constitution got freedom of speech, and you got 10 more constitutional rules that's been written for years. He wanted to change the Constitution that was written by whiteys that had wigs back in the day. Oh, they made the rules.
Yeah.
You know, when they broke, this is how dogmatic they are. They fought against each other. After they left Europe and got over here and got a foothold, Europe, with their dogmatic ass, was saying, everything you conquer is ours. And y'all way across the ocean. But they said, anything that y'all get over in the Americas belong to us. So the Americans been over here fighting Indians and fighting each other and shit. They said, oh, no. Y'all ain't giving us nothing and y'all just taking.
Yeah. Like,
I
that
mean,
made no sense.
you come over and get all the gold and all of the valuables, the furs, and you charging us taxes that we got to pay y'all for over here wrestling in the wilderness. But like y'all sitting back with powdered wigs on and telling y'all owe us, just send us y'all money, y'all fighting Indians, and fuck that, you owe us because we sent y'all over there in some boats.
Damn. And that's
So
how they feel.
that's how the United States said, fuck y'all. We dogmatic too. Said we ain't getting y'all shit.
Give you a damn thing.
Y'all motherfuckers sent us over here in a boat, 3 boats. The Minnetonka and the Constitution, I can't remember in my memory. Anyway, they did, but who they sent over was sick gangsters and dope fiends, and now you want to charge us for sending your criminals over here. Now you want us to pay y'all. America said, y'all, we ain't getting you nothing. That's when the American War came out and they fought. The United States fought them and won. They sent over the redcoats. They had big army, you understand, they all marched in red uniforms and those guns and stuff. But the motherfucking Americans over here, meanwhile, lived here for over 100 years.
Yeah.
So they knew the lay of the land, and they knew how to fight. And then they joined some Indians to help them. And them British soldiers over here marching, they had an army marching down in a straight line. These Americans over here say, we gonna pick them off one at a time. They come over here, you understand? It's our country now. Y'all ain't gonna keep on charging us like we hoes.
It's about like
we ain't finna keep paying y'all. And they want you picking them off one at a time. Like you gonna say, shit, them motherfuckers ain't nothing to play with.
Right.
We better leave them motherfuckers alone. Y'all got your freedom. We ain't gonna ask you for no more money. Can we do some business? See, because coffee and spices and different things, cotton was valuable, especially cotton and slaves.
Yeah.
Do you know the Pope okayed slavery? The Pope, they went to the Pope and asked, is it okay for us to go over in Africa and enslave human beings? They didn't put it to the Pope like that. They put it to the Pope. We're going to get these slaves because it's a commodity. We're going to make money off of slaves. We got slaves that'll work, pick cotton, and do all the work that we ain't got nobody else to do. So, Pope, is it okay for us to go get these niggas? Pope say, be my guest. And he left him ahead of the cripple.
You know what's funny about that? The fact that they know how heinous this act is, and for them to go to the Pope,
and
a religious figure,
and ask, is it okay? Because the Pope has some power.
Yeah.
He could okay and get 500 ships. Say it's okay to go get them niggers.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, that's what he said. He okayed it.
Yeah.
How could you okay slavery?
I think for them, it's like they so worried about like, oh, our culture or our white folks ain't getting the slaves, so we don't give a damn. Just go do what you do and make us the money.
Anyway, they went over there and got us. And they're just here. Slavery paid money. Cotton paid money. And spices paid money. Spices is sugar, salt even, cotton, materials, everything, tea.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where the Boston Tea Party come in.
Yeah.
Because England liked the tea. And so they threw the tea overboard. Like, we ain't fuck y'all. Yeah, we gonna pick tea and just give it to y'all? No, we throwing the tea over in the water.
Right.
Come and get a cup and try to get some. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we ain't finna give y'all our tea. And y'all ain't even paying us for it?
Right.
Yeah, here's what happened to y'all tea that we were getting. You ain't getting tea no more.
Damn. Gee, how do you know all this history?
Went to school.
How important history is to you?
Went to school
Mhm.
and come up in a time, born in 1944.
Yeah.
That was 80-something years ago. Being able to see some things that came before me, like a nigger in a tree hung by his neck.
Mm.
That's a good eye opener there.
Yeah.
And Miss Minnie, my mother's sister, big woman, 'cause we used to eat leftovers from Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
We ate chitterlings, the stuff that Whitey would throw away. Chitterlings was something that they threw in the garbage. Now, chitterlings is on the market.
Horrible.
And nice little price, too. Yeah, you go and get a bucket of chitlins, you're going to spend over $10 for a bucket of pig's guts.
Nobody want
I
to eat
mean,
that.
this is your shit, where shit go through your intestines.
Nobody want to eat that shit.
Are you kidding me?
But it became a delicacy afterwards. Cause I
Well,
think,
ain't no hell
I
of
ain't
a
gonna say delicacy yet. They ain't gonna say that.
But they eat chitlins on the regular,
Yeah.
on holidays, and they still do. And they stink like a motherfucker when they cook. And niggas come up with all kind of remedies. We have to. See, because here's how the white man did us. To keep black man down, he messed with the black woman.
Hmm.
The black woman could go to the big house.
Yeah.
And cook, and that's when yellow people come into play.
Mm.
See, because they were black and nice asses. And after you mix, amalgamation is a mixture of the bloodline.
Okay.
Amalgamation is the mixing of a white and a black getting together, having a yellow baby.
Mm.
Amalgamation.
Yep.
That's a word. So, when what he started saying, first off, the white woman started saying, damn, plantation owner, that boy over there that you've been hiding kind of look like you. And then I remember not long ago that girl Susie was pregnant. You remember that 15-year-old girl that you used to have cleaning up in the house here? And that looked like that's her baby that looked something like you. So now she got some kind of sense. She's the dumbest white bitch in the world. So now they're just here. They had open slave markets. Just like you go down to, in Detroit, to the market down there on Gratiot, downtown, where you can walk through and buy different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have slaves on the market like that.
Damn.
With animals, you can buy a horse, a cow, a pig, and nigger.
You just threw a little nigga in there?
Niggers up on the market right next to the horses, just between the donkeys and the pigs. So she was going to it, and master didn't have time to take her home. He was not a rich master.
Mm-hmm.
So you had different levels, you understand? So now you got some poor white masters that were struggling with just one or two slaves.
Yeah.
Then you had big master who had 100 slaves and 10 slaves that controlled the other 90 with whips and weapons. They had niggas controlling niggas.
Mm.
Oh, and back to the cherry tree. George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. He would not let them speak their language.
No, so the cherry tree is a metaphor for the roots.
And don't let them speak to each other. Don't let them be able to communicate with one another. They can get together and take us over. How you gonna have 100 slaves ruled by 10 of their own and 15 white people? 15 white people telling these 10 go out there and whip them niggas and get them in line, controlling 90 slaves that got tools. They got weapons that is weapons, axes, and hatchets.
Yeah.
Those are weapons. Why they got guns and stuff, but 90 niggas with axes kind of equal out 10 with guns?
That's a scary sight.
Because you had this nigga, I'm gonna think of his name in a minute. His name was, this nigga went on a rampage. I'll call his name in a minute. He went on a rampage and he said, fuck these whiteys.
Talking about Nat Turner?
Nat Turner. Oh man.
Yeah, I know a little
He
history too.
went on a rampage and said, F them whiteys. And he became one of the first that's recognized. They made a purse out of his skin.
Yeah, I heard they was crazy with
Skinny.
stuff they do.
They skinning trying to send out a message that we was skin a nigga. They probably put it out that we skin a nigga alive to kind of scare some old niggas, and so they won't rebel.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So now I was in Memphis, Tennessee, because we were we were running, my family.
Yeah.
And my father, you understand, was born in Arkansas, and he got Arkansas as a fucked up state, you know. And my grandmama was a Skurlock.
Now what's that?
I don't know what nationality. She always acted like she wasn't black, but she was yellow than a motherfucker, and I always thought that she was uppity. Had straight hair.
She wasn't white.
Yeah, my grandmama. And we couldn't call her grandma. We had to call her auntie.
Auntie.
Auntie, it would be the equivalent of my mama's sister.
Yeah.
So now she didn't want to be called grandmama, which she was, because my daddy was, that's my daddy's mother, which is my grandmother, who refused to let us call her grandma. Grandma? That's a whipping, boy.
Dang, that's a whooping?
You get your ass tore up, you call her
Like,
grandmama.
golly.
My grandmama would tear me a new hole if I called her grandma. What? Couldn't do it. And then wanted to whip my mama like she was a whipper back, you understand? She could whip her
Yeah.
like a kid. And her son was my mama's husband.
Damn.
So she thought that she could whoop my father's wife. So my mama said, shit, you better check your mama. I ain't taking no whooping from your mama. I'm your wife.
Right.
We got kids together. You gonna let your bitch ass mama whoop me? You crazy? So they left and went to Tennessee. In Tennessee, it was tight. And that's where I saw the first nigga hanging from a tree by his neck until dead, and could not chop him down until the sun go down. Right now, you couldn't cut your own kid down. You couldn't cut your husband down, your wife. You had to leave as long as you can see You had to leave whoever family member it is, you had to leave them hanging by their neck in a tree.
Damn.
So me with my young ass, I want to see. I remember this. Trying to, my auntie, big woman, you know, we used to eat chitlins and pig feet and all that kind of shit. So I'm trying to look past her fat ass, and she's taking my head, because she's emotionally involved in what's going on, but she don't want me to see white men across the road with the police and dogs, or with shotguns, standing right across the road, like closer to them houses, closer. They over there saying, y'all better not step on the road.
Wow.
If y'all act like y'all want to come across the street, we're going to put the dogs on you and shoot anybody that make it. So therefore, we don't allow y'all to look because we want y'all to see what we can do. And they was pushing my head back so I couldn't see what they was doing. But I got there people and I was like, hey, why don't we rush their ass?
Yeah.
And every once in a while they would shoot a couple of rounds off and shoot around. That's why. Because they got shotguns and dogs and the police. The police is on their side. And they done hung a nigga. That's murder.
Yeah.
Oh, man. God damn. So a little bit prejudice. I mean, I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? I have several. Oh, and then my first cousin got into it with a white boy, beat his ass. They come to get him. Yeah, you beat up my nephew, my friend, whoever. It was a fair fight. But you little nigga, you can't beat up one of us. And they won, where is it? And so they had to sneak him out. Robert. Robert. That's all I can remember right now.
Mm-hmm.
My first cousin, Robert Donnell Jr. Robert Donnell Jr. That was his name. So they had to sneak him out of town on a railroad. Guess how they used to do us? Pin a note on us saying what your name and so, your information, and put you on a train in Tennessee, and put you on the train, let him off, because a joke, porters. They used to have porters. That's the niggas that would be right there, all aboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he would help people get on. So the parents would come and give a kid to look out for their kid. Say, here's my kid, man, let him off in Detroit. He got an auntie waiting on him in Detroit. So when you get to Detroit, see if you can find his auntie. Her name is so-and-so and so-and-so.
Yeah.
And we'll look for you. We ain't got but 50 cents, but here's 50 cents. Look out for me.
Golly, 50 cents.
50 cents. That man, he took care. Oh, and they would give us sandwiches.
Okay, so you get to eat too?
Yeah, to give us sandwiches. And a lot of times the porters wasn't making much money. They would split. You give me half of that sandwich, that boy.
I need some more compensation right now.
It was tough coming up, man. Anyway, we got here to Detroit, man, and we had to find us a place, and it was like, I lived in a house on Concord, and that's not too far from you being able to remember.
Where you showed me. You showed me before.
4 different families stayed in that one house. 4 families. My mama and her sister. It was 3 sisters and 1 grandmama. Oh, and then there was a cousin. But the cousin was only 2. 1 woman and 1 son. She had 1 son, cousin Lucy. But she didn't have no place to stay.
Yeah.
Back then, divorces wasn't even a thing. You just walk off on a divorce.
Damn.
And so he had about 5 kids by her, got tired of her, and they would fight a lot of times because things was hard. And she got tired of him beating her. So she left 4 kids and snuck away with 1 boy. And came to my mama, and my mama told my daddy, say, she ain't got nowhere to go. All we got for her is a closet damn near.
Damn.
In other
A
words,
closet.
that's a room,
I guess it's a
a
room. Yeah, I
closet,
guess so,
and a
yeah.
basement that she had to share with another whole family.
Damn.
But it had to be about, oh, it was over 10 of us.
Yeah.
Easy 10.
Y'all in there packed like sardines.
Yeah, it was 4 of us in one bed.
Oh, yes.
We used to, now as kids, 4 kids. Well, we put 4 kids in one bed, and that took up one bedroom, one room.
Damn.
Oh, and I forgot, 4 in one bed and 1 or 2 in a pallet on the floor. Pallet is something with blankets, and you just throw them on the floor and throw 1 or 2 pillows, and they would have to wrestle over a pillow, and basically somebody peed in the bed all the time.
We knew that was coming.
And on each side of the bed, everybody on this side would pull the cover that way, so the cover would come off of the person on this side. Now, the person on this side pee in the bed. Now he wake up in the morning, all the cover done got pulled over there. Now he's in wet, cold ass pee. So he turned around and pulled the cover all over this side. Now he ain't got no cover on him, but now you still warm, but you got warm pee on you. So now back then, the first one opened up, the big boys had to go and make a fire.
A fire?
Yes, in the furnace. And the house had to be, in the
okay.
wintertime, the house get cold.
Yeah.
So if you go to bed at 10 or 11 or 12 o'clock at night, which all of us had to go to bed because we was going to school, so some of us had to be in bed about 8 or 9 o'clock every night. So you go to bed early, you get up early to go to school. So now the big boys had to get up and go down there and make a fire to heat the hot water so we can have some hot water. Ain't no hot water when you first wake up in the wintertime in Detroit.
Yeah.
So now he has to go down there and light a hot water tank. Is that like a hot water heater now?
Yeah.
Only it was a tank to where like you can only heat so many gallons of water at a time, and they would blow up.
Damn.
They would blow up if you didn't keep on letting the heat off. Because if the water get ready to boil, you got to let the steam off to let the water not fuck around there and get so hot that the thing could possibly blow up.
Yeah.
Hot water tank keeps running in the furnace. Now you got the hot water. Now you got to get heat. The furnace had ducts going to different rooms. So, you understand, what they would do is have heat going to certain rooms. See, first off, you shoot the heat to the parents that got to go to work and to the kids. You don't heat up the kitchen because you got to go in there and start a fire.
Right.
To cook, you got to have a stove with wood to heat up the stove.
Yeah.
So now you can't, you got to cook. First off, we had to cook up some chocolate. Give us some chocolate and a piece of toast. And that was before they had sliced bread. Do you know sliced bread was a delicacy? My dad used to go around the corner to the Silver Cup Bakery and get a whole loaf, uncooked, but fresh out the oven.
Uncooked but fresh?
A loaf that's not sliced.
Okay, I'm gonna see it. So it's a loaf that's baked.
A loaf it's already.
Yeah, but it's just not cut.
Ain't been sliced.
Okay, I got you.
And yeah, sliced bread was a delicacy. And my dad used to go around there. My daddy was something. He'd buy the sliced bread, a whole loaf, not cut, just a big old piece of bread, and take it and cut this end off and dig in the middle out. Take some syrup or some jelly and pour that jelly into the loaf of bread.
What?
And work it around and put the end back on it and roll it around and slice it. It was a trick to it. You had to cut it from the middle first. That way the jelly can get on every slice. Because when you get to each end, you're going to run out of jelly.
Yeah.
But if you cut it from the middle, you can start slicing it evenly to where like you have a jelly roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got bread with jelly in the middle of it. So you can have that and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of like a delicacy. Oh, and the other one was a wheat. It's like oatmeal.
Mm.
And you could take this wheat and heat it with honey, 2 spoons of honey.
Right.
Put your 2 spoons of honey over there and get a can of pet milk's been around a long time. Pet milk was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to take the pet milk and mix pet milk with 1 pet milk and 1 water. You had to cut the pet milk down to water. To milk.
Mm.
Because pet milk is concentrated milk from a cow.
Right.
And see, back then, drinking cow's milk wasn't a very easy option. You know what I'm saying? It was easier to get straight up, not homogenized. That didn't come till later. The niggas thought it was something that they had to get used to.
Yeah.
That was something you buy at the store. But the other milk is the milk that you can get straight from a cow, not pasteurized or all the stuff that they do to milk nowadays. You just get milk straight from a cow. That's the only milk you had.
Well, yeah, right, perfectly
And goat's milk was expensive. It was more, they said more vitamins or something, I don't know. We just got what we can get.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, coming up, so, is an everyday thing. And you're going to have some ups and downs. And they are going to be drastic.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you just starting.
Yeah.
You got to get your track shoes on and get ready, because this is a hell of a race you got coming.
Yeah, for sure.
You ain't, it's not going to be easy. Now, not going to be easy. It's so easy now, it's amazing to me. You got cars.
You can turn this light off.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. Was the camera on?
Yeah.
All this time? Holy shit, damn, I want a cigarette.